4? You mean the one we just watched was 3 though?
Yeah, and Superman
So
4.
6. This is getting worse. Yay! Tune in next week.
Okay, so Superman 3 and most lists that I've seen of Superman movies ranked, Superman 3 is normally ranked the second worst of the bunch, which I actually didn't find it as bad as other people were saying it was. I found it pretty good.
It was not as popular as the first or second for sure, but I thought it was just as good. I thought it went toe to toe with the other ones. That was a pretty good movie. DC did it again.
Yeah, there wasn't that much Lois in it, and Lex Luthor didn't appear at all. Instead, they just had another guy who could also easily be Lex Luthor.
Exactly. So new villain this time. What did you think of Gus Gorman, the guy that Ross Webster hired to implement his plan? Now, a lot of people, his name is actually Richard Pryor, and he's actually a
comedic god.
Yeah, like he's a very well-known genius. But a lot of people did not like him in this role. A lot of people didn't think he fit into this role, which is interesting because I pretty much love him in everything that he does.
Yeah, I think he rocked it.
But,
I think he rocked the role.
I think my interpretation is maybe they told him to dull down his sense of humor, so it wasn't quite as sharp as it normally is.
And for those who know Richard Pryor's amazing battle, it looks like maybe some early onset action happening. So.
Exactly. So what do you think about the Gus Gorman plot line?
Yeah, I mean, I don't quite understand how a talent for computer science would actually work, since as far as what they're sending out the message, he was just randomly typing buttons, which coincidentally happened to hack computers. But yeah, I did find it kind of hard on him, the way that his life was, because he seemed like a pretty nice guy.
Yeah, it was interesting they didn't show him in contact with some kind of alien thing that gave him the superpowers, or else him just having a natural affinity. It just seemed to be random that he was a computer genius. Like, he was even surprised by it himself, which is odd. Like, hard work, that's a great way to do it, or some, like, obviously mutation or something, but we never saw that. Are we left to assume that it's a superpower?
I guess it's just like any other hidden talent, like someone who suddenly discovers that he's good at basketball, even though to him he's just randomly throwing.
No one discovers they're good at basketball. They gotta work for it.
My interpretation of it was,
Except
I think
me.
that. What's that?
The
Except the
guy
cameraman. Shout out to Noah. Way to go, man. I was thinking Webster had the scientific part of the plan covered, and my interpretation of the film was that he needed Gus Gorman to carry out the mathematical part of it, because essentially they were looking to find a way to replicate kryptonite. So in a sense, this was sort of like a synthetic kryptonite that took sort of both mathematical and scientific minds to brew up, if you will. So I do think his role was sort of underplayed, because it was just, a lot of him just typing at the computer, whereas, quite, honestly, there probably was a lot more, would have been a lot more of him needed than just that. But okay, so last question. It's kind of a two-part question. So we saw a different side of Superman this time. We saw more of a shady or corrupt Superman.
Which I kind of called on it in our interview for the first movie. I mentioned how it's always good for a superhero to have a weakness, just in case if he turns against us for some reason.
Right.
Okay, excellent. So what was your so you were anticipating that.
A flaw.
And I won't give too much away, but what's your take on the love interest?
Oh, between him and
Lana?
Yeah. I mean, I mean, it made sense because it was his high school crush. I mean, like, Ross just practically took over the role of Lex. Therefore, she just kind of took on the role of Lois this round. Lois only appeared a little bit at the beginning and the end of this one. Yeah, so, I mean, when he gets affected by the false kryptonite thing, then he starts just acting all creepy. The way that he said, like, come and sit down, we'll have a nice little chat. No, it sounded like, you know. But anyway, I mean, like, I didn't quite get how false kryptonite seems to be almost more dangerous than real kryptonite is. Real kryptonite just destroys Superman, whereas fake kryptonite seems to just turn him evil and he keeps all of his powers and just...
Interesting, yeah. Yeah. Cool. So, favorite scenes? Anything that really stick out in your mind?
Probably the most memorable scene is, of course, the Superman versus Clark fight, where I don't see
Classic,
why.
yeah.
I don't see why
Nice. That's right, in the junkyard.
Superman was running at Clark and was going to shove him, and Clark was just like straightening his glasses and standing stiff, just waiting for it to happen. I don't see why he was trying to. He could have tried to defend himself, although I guess he was supposed to represent Clark, who is the kind of scary
Hesitating,
type.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally like the Leaning Tower of Pisa scene.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
with,
cute.
so the evil Superman, and then the vendors who are trying to sell the souvenir pieces have to throw them all out, and then
Absolutely.
he straightens it, and then I thought that was kind of a
Yeah.
fun little thing. So that was mine.
Right.
So what would you rate this one out of 10?
I can't remember what I rated Superman 2. I rated Superman 1 a 7.5, and I said that Superman 2 was better, and I think I might have given it like an 8.5 or something.
Okay.
And Superman 3, I guess I might give it an 8.5 as well. I'd say.
Wow.
I'd say like.
That's impressive.
Great. I'm glad you're enjoying them.
Yeah.
And you, Amy?
That's awesome. This one wasn't as exciting for me as the first one was. So I'd go about 6.5 on this one.
Yeah, I like that. I like that as well. I'm just going to give it a solid 6. Not a fan, unfortunately. So, again,
Richard Pryor,
kind
however,
of a Marvel guy.
delightful addition to the cast.
Richard Pryor, only reason I saw this.
All right, so we're heading out
Titan.
for tonight.
A
We're
Titan.
about to embark on Superman 4, and we'll catch you up with our
Yeah.
thoughts and commentaries about that shortly.
While Superman 3, most of the lists where it was ranked as the second worst, Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, literally every single list that I ever saw, it was ranked as the absolute worst of them all.
Well then,
Which
hey,
one? This one? This one?
Superman 4. Yeah.
then
Oh.
we can really only go up from here.
4? You mean the one we just watched was 3, though?
Yeah, and Superman
So
4.
6. This is getting worse. Yay! Tune in next week
Dun,
for the worst.
dun.
Or is it? We shall see.
Okay.
Good. Peace out.
See you next week.
Tip your waitress.
Don't forget to subscribe.